morning, good evening, and good night to you all. Welcome back to another episode of the good old Channel 69 News, ladies and gentlemen, where I bring you the latest and greatest news for all of our favorite Roblox games. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just our normal average week of the good old Channel 69 News. We got Greenville, Southwest Florida, a little bit of MRT, and a couple other games for you guys today. Now, before this episode, I want to say something. I've been kind of, I was thinking about this for a little bit, but I think I'm going to start doing Channel 69 News videos every other week. So this week we'll have one, next week there will not be one, and then the week after there will be one. Because whenever I do them weekly, it just feels like I'm just quickly making a video, cramming a bunch of stuff into one video. And I also want time for other videos and stuff like that. Do not get me wrong, I know you guys like these videos, which is why I'm going to keep doing them, but I think it'll be better if I do them every other week. Just because I could pile more information into each video. And right now, it just seems like my channel is being filled with just Channel 69 videos. And I want more room for other videos and stuff as well. So, sorry to those of you who liked it every week. I'm going to start doing it every other week. Unless maybe something super important happens, then maybe I'll do it 2 weeks in a row. We'll see. But for now, I think I'm going to keep it to every other week. So every 2 weeks, basically, is going to be a Channel 69 News. Like I said, this week's going to get one. Not next week, but then the week after that. Just so I can pile more information into each video. Anyways, I'm not going to read any comments. Mainly because they were all the same thing of how I pronounce Jaguar. I think it's pronounced Jaguar. I've always said Jaguar for whatever. I don't care. Let's get into some freaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with some MRT. As you guys know, last week, MRT actually did update. They added some body kits for the Toyota Hiace, I believe is what it is, the big little Toyota van thing that they have over there in Japan. Here's a picture of one modified. I actually did buy this van and I was going to mod it, but then I was like, dude, I'm never going to drive this piece of, it's not a piece of junk, sorry, I'm never going to drive this thing, and so I don't want to spend all my money. I'd rather spend money on another better car. So more stuff for MRT. We got an older Porsche. Couldn't tell you the Porsche model of this, couldn't tell you, but got a picture of a full interior here as well. Next game, ladies and gentlemen, Prodigy Drift had an update. You can now do interior stuff. I'm going to put a little video up on screen of the interior stuff. It's not the craziest, most high quality interior stuff, but there is a lot. There's a lot of steering wheels, there's a lot of seats, a lot of just miscellaneous interior accessories for Prodigy Drift. I haven't played this game in a long time, but nonetheless, this is still a great game. Super cool game. Also, you guys know, ladies and gentlemen, next week, the hatch starts. It starts in 5 days, so that's what? July 1st or July 2nd is when the hatch starts. So there's a lot of information about that in my server. I'm not going to go over everything entirely, but there's a lot of information about the hatch. Another thing I thought was really weird, when you buy Robux now, you get a game pass with that. But it's not a game pass on a game that you play. It's just some random game. Like, send a screenshot of this. It says, get a bonus item with your Robux. Bonus item, unlock a plow when playing Turbo Alpine Slide to Telemon. Who in the world is playing that? But right here, it says the server got some event UIs that will be used for the event hub and the participating games. Now let's talk about everything involved with the UIs. So there's a lot of stuff here. Basically talking about playing the hatch, when you'll go to the hatch, you know, what games, return to the hub, what game you want to join. Because in order to get these eggs, you have to join from the Roblox event hub to the game that you want to get the eggs from. So this is what the UI is going to look like. It looks super simple, cool AI. Also, there's a lot of different eggs, and these are kind of what the eggs look like. Common eggs, rare eggs, and there's a lot of eggs. There's a bunch of categories and different types of eggs you can find. But yeah, if you want to read more about this, there's more on that in my Discord server, but I'm not going to read all of this. There's a lot going on here, and I'm just... Anyways, that's it for the basic news. We're going to get into some Southwest Florida first. There's a lot we got for Southwest Florida today. All right, like I said, I'm going to be doing Channel 69 News every other week, so we should have a lot of cool stuff every other week when we do this. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting more leaks and more pictures of the Fictional C8, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of different trims like Z06, ZL1, E-Ray as well, which I honestly can't really tell what's what. I'm pretty sure some of these pictures are of an E-Ray. On the left looks like the real C8 on the left, so we're not getting that one, obviously. The one on the right is the Fictional Stingray. And actually, there's a pretty big difference there. There's a really big difference. Either way, I think it looks pretty good. But it looks like we're getting a freaking split window C8, which honestly, it doesn't look bad. I'm not opposed to that. Some more stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We got some more R35 pictures. And we got some more scenery as well, some more map pictures here. We got, looks like we're at a beach, like a parking lot on like a road or something like that. R35 is looking really good. I honestly thought that this was a real R35 when I first looked at this. But also, more pictures of the F-150s, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. We got the Raptor and the Tremor here. These F-150s are looking really good. I love them, dude. They absolutely cooked on these things. I'll tell you that much right now. absolutely cooked. Another one, we're at the top of a parking garage, and this looks to be a 190E. Looks freaking good. We saw this a while ago, actually. Also, got another Porsche. Pretty sure this is a 992 Carrera, just a base model 992, 911 Carrera here. I gotta say, the front end looks pretty good. It looks like a Porsche. The rear end, though, I don't know. The rear end looks interesting to me. Rear end looks interesting. Maybe it's just because it's a base model Carrera 911. Not too sure. It's got clears though, so maybe it's pretty cool. Last thing right here, this dude said, I am Frostbite, said trims are basically confirmed at this point. Basically, yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, there's different types of the same vehicle, so trims. But then he said, wonderful, be similar to Greenville. And then Con said, nope, we just want to branch out certain models to support more diversity for RP and customization. So basically, what he's saying here is basically better WRP. That's it for this photo. Let's go to Greenville. We actually don't have a lot for Greenville. As you guys know, it updated last week. They added Jaguar. They added that last week, so pretty cool update. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the Jaguars. But this was posted last week with that. I kind of forgot to include it because it got posted as soon as I uploaded my video. But this looks to be like a 7 Series BMW. Fictional, obviously. I think is what this is. It's kind of hard to tell with the wrap on it. But I want to say, or no, that's a Mercedes. No, this is 100% a Mercedes because it has the Stuttgart logo on the front. And look at the grille. Interesting. So what is this, like a fictional E-Class maybe? I'm not too sure. Next thing for Greenville says, this guy says, please give us wheel width customization. I want to be able to make some cars that come with really thin tires look like track tires, have a nicer. And as you guys can see, a little P down there, that means it's planned. Which that has actually been really cool because I agree. There are some cars that have super thin wheels and tires. I mean, that's annoying, I gotta say. But Point Cloud, it said, I'll be working on this soon. However, this is probably only to be expected with some custom 3D wheels. This should drop at the same time that the 2D cars get the option of 3D wheels, which, as you guys know, in Greenville they have 3D wheels, but only for the licensed cars. But they are going to have the 3D wheel option to all cars in game. But that will come at a later date, at a later point. But the wheel width would also come with that, it seems. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for Greenville. Unfortunately, there's not too much for Greenville this week. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that is unfortunately it for this week's Channel 69 news episode. This is going to be a really, really short episode. There wasn't a lot to cover here, which is also another reason why I want to do Channel 69 news every other week, because we're going to be able to get longer videos and more information each week in those videos. So, sorry to you guys that like watching this every week. I just think it would be better because I'll have more time for other videos and we'll be able to pile more information in every other week. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any other suggestions for the good old Channel 69 news, let me know down below in the comments. I'm always open to suggestions, stuff to include, any type of sort of segments or anything you want me to include for Channel 69. But, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate every single one of you for tuning back into this week's episode of the good old Channel 69 News. And I'll see you guys next time.